G'day, everyone.
Okay, everyone. I was just waiting for you to ask.
That's all right. You can bring us in.
G'day, everyone. Welcome to episode 42 of ECITV. We are here with Dozer and good old Shaney. And, we'll be back shortly.
G'day. He's Gary.
And he's Shane.
And you're watching ECITV.
You certainly are. Enjoy.
So, welcome back, everybody. Gary has some news for us. I think we're going to get him to kick off the discussion today. So,
No, I haven't watched any of your clips or read any of your things on BMX Ultra.
No,
has there been anything?
Well, no, it's been quiet. No, luckily this is one of your products, actually.
Okay, we have, looks like we're going into new product straight up, are we?
Yep. Well, we're going to new products up there. Yep.
Oh, okay, why not?
Yep.
Okay. So, we've had a few products in this week in ECI. A couple of things is the new Alienation 20x175 new R2 rear tyre in TCS and comes dual compound and in stock now. You've had a fair bit to do with mucking around with those, haven't you, TCS?
Yeah. So TCS is Alienation's Tubeless system, which is a complete system. So design the rim and the tyre all to fit together nicely. And so far, I think for about a year and a half to 2 years, we've been available. We've had the R1 and the F1, so the front and the rear tyre. And the rear was only a 1.6, so the more popular size, and I think the one that's going to really make the TCS system kick off.
There was a little bit of a handbrake on that, wasn't it? The fact that it was only 1.6. There was a lot of people who were keen to try the TCS and the Alienation tyres, but obviously the 175s is what the most popular, and that's what people have been waiting on. So they are in stock now.
Looks like they've done a fair bit of new development with that tyre too. It's an all new tyre tread, and it looks a lot more like the other tyres we're seeing, like the is it the Elite, the last one that they brought out?
Yeah, Speed Booster Elite.
Booster Elite. And the
Fast 50s.
And the Toyota Faster tyres. So it's got those kind of pod looking parts on it. It's also a dual compound tyre, so it should be pretty durable and pretty strong, and interesting to see how it holds up.
Have you had a chance to see those at all, Dozer?
No, not as yet.
Good.
No.
It's going to be. I'm going to be able to do this for a change instead of last week.
Yeah. No, I haven't seen them yet.
That's why we bought you along, Dozer.
Happy to help out any way I can.
Yeah. So they are in stock and available in grey as well as all black. I don't think we've got the grey in at this stage. I think we only got the black in, but
So do you get the R2s in?
I've got. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't show me.
No, kept it a secret. No, I haven't actually. I've got the greys and the blacks on their way. So I did say at the start that we've got them in stock. We've got a heap of others, some freestyle ones, but not these. These actually got released just after my shipment left. So, we should have them in the next couple of weeks. Not by the time this goes to air. So.
And there is a video that Gary potentially hasn't watched. We did the 3rd episode of the Bias World Tour, just to catch up with Michael Bias after he's been in Europe for about another month since he last competed at a World Cup.
You seen that, Dozer?
I do. I have.
Have you, Gary?
I really follow Michael heaps.
I'm waiting for the T-shirt to come out.
Yeah. Oh, really? I'd buy that. If it helps him, keeps him in Europe.
Yeah, exactly. So how'd you find the video? Pretty
really
good.
It was
on YouTube.
I was going to say, you just Googled it?
YouTube is my friend. No, I'm a huge fan of Michael's, and always watch his edits. He's, like you guys said, there wasn't an edit for a while. And guess what? Boom, he put one out, and it was pretty dope. So I love watching him. He's got mad skills.
He's a lovely guy. It's great to
100%.
Great to have him on board with BMX Ultra and ECITV to give us a bit of overseas coverage.
Yeah, a bit of insight as to the world of the ups and downs of potential Olympians. So what did you get out of this episode? Obviously, you hadn't raced since we last spoke to him. Was it interesting from a what he's up to point of view?
100%. And just, I guess, hearing how hard it is, the whole Olympic selection, the pressure. I mean, the federation not really supporting him, not letting him race this race or that race. And he's just a racer at heart. That's what he wants to do. He wants to represent his country and I guess push his own brand. you know,
Mhm.
because the window for an elite athlete in BMX, especially, the window is very, very small. And
Very limited.
very limited, and you gotta get out there and grab him. And if you're being like pulled back by your own federation, I mean, it's not really that fair, I don't think.
It's all about policy. I think it's time of COVID, and they don't want their Olympians or athletes catching COVID and getting sick from it or spreading it amongst their fellow countrymen. So I think in this case, it's not so much that he's not being supported by New Zealand. I think it's just that they're trying to be safe and protect everyone, and he's caught out by it.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, 100%. Like you said, it's not. They're not doing it for any other reason apart from the health and benefit of the athletes. You know, so yeah.
And considering New Zealand during this crisis, COVID, they had one of the best, cases of keeping it under control, with their quarantining and not letting anybody into the country. So I guess the testament to that is they took it very seriously, very, very early with the pandemic, and I guess that's why they did so well. But yeah, when your athletes want to do best and try and get into the Olympics, it makes it hard.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, they're obviously watching Victoria and getting some pointers off them. Because Victoria's got the whole COVID thing dialed.
Yeah.
We always have.
We always have, yeah.
Other states could learn a lot from us.
What is it, 3 more lockdowns until Christmas?
Let's hope not. Let's hope not.
Just kidding.
So Gary did watch one video, so I'll let Gary talk about this one.
What was this one?
Kai.
Oh, the video of Kai Sakakibara. Yeah, look, seeing him, actually I did see it, and then Dozer sent it to me as well. It is the talk, and I did talk of BMX, and I did see there was a couple of comments made where, it brings a tear to your eye and everything. But to see Kai roll around the track up in Sydney, unaided, unassisted, from the starting hill all the way to the finish line, I did notice that he said he's been training for that each Wednesday night, a bit incognito to hopefully to be able to do it. And to see him do it was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, that was a massive achievement for him, and I can fully understand that he would be feeling pretty chuffed. And everyone's pretty happy about seeing it.
I think with that too is, with his sister travelling to the Olympics in a couple of weeks, and having her seeing her brother do that.
Imagine the boost that it give her.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm thinking. Because she obviously would have known he was building up to that. And I think her taking that in her heart and going, it's going to give her, an extra oomph on the track for sure. No.
I hadn't even thought of that side of it, but you're right. I mean, a lot of us, I've got a friend that's fighting boxing over at the Olympics, and we've all put together, Cheerio videos and everything like that he doesn't know about, and so he'll get to play those just before he fights.
Oh, awesome.
Which is fantastic, but you don't realise how much of a boost that would be to her seeing her brother, being able to roll around the track. That is really inspirational.
Because I guess everybody before his accident, that was kind of going to be the dream team. Kai and Saya both representing Australia at the Olympics, and we all know that hit
hit a hurdle.
Hit a hurdle, and now she can do it for herself, the country, Australia, and also for her brother.
And while we're on that subject, I don't know if you've noticed at the front of the table here, we've got some mini hubs that we're about to say that are back into stock, Profile Racing mini hubs, and we have got them in a little bit of an Olympic theme of green and gold, just to put it out there that we're behind them 100%. So
patriotic.
Oh God, to the bone.
To the bone. Your turn to speak.
All right, so we've got some events to discuss.
Oh, you always talk.
We've got some events to discuss. So we've started working on BSX2020, which is the 17th running of the one-on-one backyard BMX challenge. 17th.
Jeepers. It seems like only 16 ago that we started. Or you started. I mean, I know I've been supporting you, but it's been going for a long time.
To date, we've raised over $70,000 for the Royal Children's Hospital.
That's incredible.
So it's a lot more than we ever expected when we first set out and thought, this would be pretty fun. But yeah, so that'll be on January 10th, 2022, which is the Monday after Track Attack starts. So if you're planning to come along to Track Attack or come along to BSX, make sure you do the other vice versa. And we'll put on plenty of entertainment for you. Dozy will be there again on the mic.
Oh, definitely.
On the mic, I love it.
Yeah, he loves getting on mic. The one of the fundraising features that we've introduced, or Shane's introduced in the last few years, is having someone's head get shaved. And obviously, last one, earlier on this year, Janko and myself shaved our heads, and
Not each other's.
So we'd like some suggestions if you could.
Actually, that's another thing. So
Right.
if you want to suggest someone who's going to get their head shaved, Corey Stamzo's actually been growing his hair
Yeah.
Specifically for it.
this
Yeah.
for about, I think he said 25 months.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he's
okay.
also got quite a long beard, which he's been growing for about a year and a half. And he said if we get to say 1,000 or 1,500, he'll shave the whole lot.
Head and beard.
Yeah.
So we'll try to get that organised so we've got a bit more information about that next time we talk about it.
Okay, so what we'll do, we'll put it out there a lot earlier so people can start donating, 3 months out or whatever,
Yeah.
and get the funds up. Because, it all goes to a fantastic cause, the Royal Children's Hospital, and even just the head shaving over the past 4 years. 4 years has raised a considerable amount, so we can continue that for sure.
Yeah, I think just the head shaves in the last 4 years has raised just over $4,000. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
it's
That's very
pretty
good.
cool activity for someone who came up with it on the spot one day.
What a
Shane,
goose.
would you
What a
shave
goose.
your head?
Yeah. You actually look good with your head shaved.
Well, I only just got it cut again because I didn't mind it really
Yeah.
short. So sorry about that. I'll put the beanie.
I know, Monty, you were worried about what Monty was going to think, but
I'm always worried about what Monty's going to think.
I know, right?
You're more worried
I should
about
marry her one day.
You should make an honest woman of her.
You're more worried about her if she'd put your clothes out in the morning the next day.
Oh,
If
she
you
wouldn't
upset
do-
her, she wouldn't put your clothes out. You're
Don't,
wearing the same
don't,
clothes.
everyone will call me chauvinist or something. Oh, no.
put
My
your
wife
lunches
doesn't. My wife
in
doesn't really
bags.
put all my clothes out every morning for me.
And when he travels, you just see the little travel bag he brings away when we go on road trips. All neatly itemised, little labels.
Monday.
Tuesday. Wearing in the van. What you should wear out to dinner with the boys.
You're just being childish. This is a BMX show.
Okay. We ride... Yeah, okay.
Getting back to BSX, we've started talking to some of the past partners. CTD Industries have come on board as a lane sponsor again, so we'll see the signage up on the back of the hill again. And BMX International have committed too, so we might see radio again as a major sponsor.
They've been involved for quite some time, BMX International, haven't they?
Yeah,
That's
I can't
awesome.
remember, not 16 or 17 years like you have,
No, I know.
but quite a lot over the past few years.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. I don't think people realise the amount of work that's involved with it, and Shane and his entourage of helpers, Dozer and Glenn, and the list goes on. But there's a massive amount of work, not in just preparation to get the track ready for BSX, but also the fundraising, the organisation, ticking all the boxes. Now the COVID situation and everything like that, making sure everything is right for a reasonably big event, poked in the middle of a massive week of racing. So please try and support it if you can, because there's a mountain of work goes into it, and all the funds go to a great cause. So
100% of the funds all goes in.
Yeah.
All 100% donated.
No, it's very good.
So enough of that. Nerang's national round 3 and 4 were rescheduled. So no surprise given the environment, but it all went to hell up in New South Wales and Queensland, didn't it?
Yeah,
Still
is. Yeah.
Queensland's not too bad, but New South Wales is a whole new story at the moment. So, but anyway, let's hope everyone's doing the right thing up there, and they come out of lockdown pretty quick, and it doesn't affect the rest of Australia too much.
So the new dates aren't too far off, August 21st, 22nd. So hopefully they do clear it up.
Is that in conflict with anything else, or have they been able to find a fairly free weekend?
Not that I've noticed national-wise, but
Okay.
as far as Victoria is concerned, we've got Mildura the previous weekend, and if you're going to the National Series round, you'd have that, and then the following weekend at Northern.
Okay.
So
Wow.
Okay.
for Victorians who would travel to National Series races, it's quite a full-on couple of weeks.
So Mildura's in 3 weeks, roughly.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah.
And for people out there that isn't aware, Mildura's about a 7-hour drive.
Yeah, from
So
Melbourne.
you're from Melbourne, yeah.
I was-
'Cause, we're up there on the weekend.
I was thinking about going to that myself, actually.
Yeah. Oh, good. Well, I think there'll be others there.
I think so, yeah. I race by
You're not
myself.
gonna-
Yeah.
You're not going to be
The
there
only
by
way I'm
yourself.
going to win.
Maybe you should have kept it quiet. There might be no one there now.
True that.
Now, speaking of Mildura, even though it's a totally different subject to BMX, and I did say we had to get back on a BMX, I was up at Mildura on the weekend and up at the Hatta Desert Race,
Yeah.
motorbike desert race. So I was fortunate to go up there because my grandson was racing. But I actually bumped into a lady there, and I was telling the boys about her a little while ago. I'd just like to send a cheerio to her. Her name's Amy, and she's her social media is Amy Outdoors. And wandered down to the Murray and having a talk, and this lady was dragging a canoe up, and I said, "Oh yeah, for a paddle." She said, "Yeah, 2,400 kilometres she's paddling." She decided that it was a bit of a COVID thing she could do on her own, isolate on the river. I think she's allowed 4 months. She's 1,500 kilometres into the paddle and doing it on her own in her long service. And so if you want to check out Amy Outdoor, she seems a lovely woman and obviously just a real go-getter. So it just goes to show the amount of people that, even though COVID's a bad thing, that they can turn it into a good thing, and that's why she's doing this. Otherwise she'd be holidaying or travelling somewhere, and she decided to self-isolate on the river for 4 months. So
Did she start on the east coast and she's working her way towards Adelaide? Is it?
she's finishing at the mouth. So yeah, she'd be... she's already done the South Australian section.
Right.
So I know she's done other little sections of it, and honestly, I was going to sit down and try and map it out, but to see exactly where she's going. But 2,400 kilometres on your own, paddling all the way.
That's crazy.
Yeah, awesome. I did say to her one big advantage. I said, "You'll never have bingo wings again." Not from all that paddling. I don't think she liked that, but anyway. G'day, Amy.
Bingo wings.
Anyway, let's get back to BMX.
You got some show and tell for us.
Show and
Gary.
tell. Me again. Jeez, I am making up for last week. Aren't I? Okay, a couple of things that have come back into stock. A is the Profile Mini Hubs. Look, Profile are really under the pump at the moment, and from what they've told me, they're actually selling twice what they can manufacture in a day. So again, like all companies, bear with us. We're trying to get as much stock as we can. We've just had a good shipment, probably, 100 pair of hubs or something. The mini hubs just came in, so we've got reasonably good stock of those. So they are back in stock, and we're trying to top up elites and cranks and everything else. So they're in stock in a multitude of colours. We've just picked green and gold just as a little bit of a theme for the Olympics. So they're back in stock. We've also received back in stock the beautiful lightweight Answer 6-inch carbon bars. So in black, they're back in stock. They were out of stock for probably 3 months or so. So they've just returned. There's some other Answer stuff coming in. But one of the most exciting parts are the new Ikon carbon forks, which you'll start to see around at a few tracks soon. But these have been in the making for some time with Joris and Connor test riding them. They're in stock now. We've only got very limited numbers, and the next drop won't be until January, February next year. So if you do want them, I'd jump on them pretty quick. They are a 1.5 to 1 1/8 steerer with a built-in race. So you don't need the race, and you're not worried about having to press it on and try and wedge it off when you're changing it or anything. 20mm drop out, carbon forks, aluminium steerer. They do have adapters, so you can run a 10mm female axle, and come with obviously a tensioner at the top. They're available in 6 colour ranges.
I've listed those there for you.
White.
Yeah, they're all
red,
black,
blue,
but with white, red, blue, sand,
Slate.
which is that colour there. The sand, which is quite a popular frame these days.
Neon yellow.
Neon yellow and slate.
Yes.
Okay. I don't even think I've got it listed as Slate, but anyway, I better check my website. So yeah, they're in stock now. Some of them have sold out, unfortunately. The red and the sand have sold out. I think there's still white, blue, yellow, and slate available, I believe. So
We get the weight there too.
there's no weight. We've got them in stock.
Oh,
Boom, boom.
So the weight of them is 626 grams or 22 ounces. So, and they're a Toray T700 carbon weave. So anyone wants to check them out, they'll be starting to turn up at tracks. There's some going to Knox this weekend on bikes, and we may even have a couple of pair there that you can have a bit of a fondle with. So
I thought it was show and tell, not show, tell and fondle.
maybe it's a new segment. Speaking of fondling, we do have a guest in today, which we've mentioned, Dozer. Now, Dozer did do a video clip recently on anxiety in BMX. Is that correct?
I did with this bloke here.
And there's been a little bit of a response, and Dozer's been getting some interesting conversations with people about it, and it's a subject that is worth delving into a little bit more. So would you like to give us a quick overview of the video that you and Shane did on anxiety in BMX?
Yeah, cool. My pleasure. Yeah, so, I don't know, was it a month or two?
That's about
2 months ago. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
Back when it was dry and you could ride the backyard.
And before our Sydney trip, but that's, So you approached me because we do our Shane and Shaun shooting the shit show, and you brought up about riding with anxiety or doing BMX with anxiety, and clearly I do suffer from that, which we touched on in the video. And after the video, because I just got messages from like so many people, even people from overseas, and just stating, yeah, I really identified with that video. Thanks for bringing that up. And even had an elite rider, pretty profound elite rider basically say, yeah, look, I'm suffering from it. If you need someone to talk to, I'm happy to talk to you. I've got a few things that I've learnt that help me cope with it. I've had a guy from Ballarat, Simon Cropper. He reached out, and he's actually got a team going, Rad Dad BMX. And they have an organisation who they're part of in Ballarat called Shaka Mental Health, and they go around and talk to people and stuff like that. And they're also trying to promote mental health awareness in BMX, and they've got a little team going, and him and I have had some good conversations. And they wear a jersey, sort of bringing that to everybody's attention. But I was really, really surprised with the DMs, the messages. There's a lot of people out there that suffer from it.
I think it's one of those silent things that there is a lot of people that suffer from it, and everyone keeps it to himself, especially males. As we've been known, we sort of tend to keep a lot of stuff in-house. And it's good to bring it out in the open, because I know I've heard people say, if you've got a broken arm, you can see you've clearly got an injury. But mental illness, no one can see what's going on, so they don't believe it's a tangible thing, a real thing. But it is, and it affects a lot of people. You only got to look at the suicide rates and everything like that to realise that it does affect a lot of people. So the more you can bring it out, the more you can talk about it. And that's why the video clip that you guys did, and even mentioned it on tonight's show, is definitely worthwhile. The more we can bring it out in the open, the better for everyone, so they can sort of deal with it and talk to people about it. And I'm sure you're happy to talk to anyone about 100%. It that approaches you at a race meeting or anything. So
yeah, please come and talk to me. Yeah, and I'm quite happy to share my experiences, the struggles I've had, and what I've actually done to cope. And like I said in the video with Shane, Simon Anderson, who is an amazing BMXer and a person on and off the track, he put me onto a meditation app on my phone, which I try and do most days of the week, and 100% that's helped. And he said he was telling his athletes when he was the coach, when he was doing coaching for the Australian team and stuff, that his athletes had to use that app to help them.
It's simple things like that people aren't aware of, that by talking to you or talking to someone else like you did with Simon, that, you know, those little things can make a big difference to people, you know. I mean, and especially in BMX, because I think everyone suffers a little bit of anxiety just in racing in general. You know, you're worried about whether you're going to do well, you're worried about, you know, your bike and everything like that, but this is taking it to the next level where you've got dark demons that are just hounding you. So definitely worth talking about it. So.
Yeah, but like you said, and as we just said, I'm happy to talk to anybody. Just come up, send me a message. You know, I'm happy to talk.
I was
100%.
About to say, if you do want to come up and talk to Dozer, just be prepared to listen.
I'm an oversharer.
Some people are good listeners, other people are good talkers. Yeah, you're both, mate.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. No, it's all good. But yeah, you know where we are in the ECI/profile tent, or just come and grab me, or just send me an inbox or a DM. We can have a chat on the phone, whatever. I'm always happy to help someone else out.
How do they find you? Apart from trackside, like on social media, I mean.
How do you find me?
I find you pretty good, actually.
Thank you.
So what are you on social media?
As in, who am I?
Yeah, well, how do they don't look up Dozer.
No.
They don't go onto Facebook and look up
Shaun Collins, and on Instagram it's Iceman28.
That's it, Iceman28. That's what I was trying to get out of you. Iceman28. No one would know he's Iceman.
No one.
Yeah,
No, but like, and it's
28.
with a 1. It's with a 1 instead of an I. And my YouTube channel's the same, which I share all Shane and mine's videos, and that video is actually on my YouTube channel. So, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Thanks, guys.
That's okay. It's okay, mate.
Thank you.
Oh,
What did you drop?
just
Something.
Not my guts like you.
Oh, we're not in the van.
You can cut that. I say that all the time, but you usually don't cut it. So
In the outtakes.
Especially when you say you better cut that out.
that's when you leave it in.
Put it in the blooper reel.
No. Anyway, so
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
I'm not going to go. That's it.
In a nutshell. I'm in help. I'm in a nutshell.
No, I tried
No,
that.
you said no.
Tried that last
No.
week, and he goes, "No, you don't do that."
Don't do that again.
No,
I think
That's why I thought I'd do it.
I got told off. I got sent to the naughty corner.
That's why you drive the van. We need you to drive the van.
That's it. So anyway, I think that's this week's show. I hope you all enjoyed it, and thank you very much for coming along, Dozer. I know it's a long drive to get here, like a 3-hour drive just to come down and.
It's worth it though.
It's good.
I haven't been
good to
here
catch
in
up.
ages. It's just like it's like Christmas when you come here.
Yeah, it is a bit.
It is a bit awesome.
So, and we'll also have bike check coming up.
Yep. I don't know when we'll have that live. Sometime next week.
Okay, got a bike check coming up with Ryan Goofball and his steed, so you can keep an eye out for that. And we'll be doing quite a few more bike checks over the next few months.
When we talk about bike checks, Shaun's also doing bike checks.
Yeah,
that's right.
doing a little thing called Dozer's bike checks. I've started off with a Stay Strong.
Sweet.
In that coffee colour. A local guy, Zach Perry, who's a local rider in Bendigo with me, he kindly let me have his bike for a few days, so I've done a little bike check, a little ride, and just to go over with his bike. But it's an absolute awesome looking rig. It's the same colour as Isaac Kennedy's bike, if you've seen that.
Yeah,
it's a beaut. And I love coffee, so it was like, here we go. But yeah, I'm just going to try and do a few of those, and you're quite happy to use them if you want. But Ryan's bike is absolutely awesome. That is one sweet rig.
Yeah, we've got a couple of custom builds going on here at the moment too. So once they're out and about, we might get the owners to do a quick bike check for us, because there's some sweet stuff getting out there around tracks. It's incredible. I mean, some of the products that not only ECI have, but there's obviously heaps of suppliers around Australia that are carrying some real quality products now. That and we'd love to see some of them on the show. So please feel free to.
The thing I've noticed, because I love to talk, I've noticed everybody in BMX is going back to colour. Everybody seems to be wanting to run colour again, where there was this phase, everything was just black. We went through that whole blacked out phase.
Yeah, that was probably more a street thing than a race thing.
Oh, no,
but,
in race, for sure.
In race as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. Now everybody's gone back to bright frame, bright parts, lots of colour options, and everybody's going, you know what, I want my bike to stand right out. And even chrome's coming back. A lot of people are starting to run chrome forks and bars and even cranks now. You know.
Well, I mean, you look at Ryan's bike check. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
Check
got a
that
lot of
out and
chrome
you'll
on
see
it.
what I'm talking about. Cool.
Okay, well, like we were saying goodbye like about 10 minutes ago.
But then
so-
Shaun piped up.
he loves to listen.
Hang on.
No, talk. That's it.
Hang
Oh
on.
yeah, we're trying to do the.
Now I can't talk. Oh yes, I can.
Hang on, now I can't listen. No. There you go. Look,
All the time I spent with you guys, I wish you'd had gags on. Look at
Anyway, thanks very much. We're waffling on now, so yeah, we'll see you in a fortnight, and hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks again, Dozer, and always a pleasure, Shane. Stay safe out there, everyone.
Cheers.
Hi,
Goodbye.
Mum.
Oh, hang on a sec, that move. I want to take a behind